Today I'm going to give you 10 reasons why everyone should have live aquarium plants in their fish tank. For many of you, you might have tried it and the plants died. I often hear people complain that real plants are too hard or difficult to maintain. But I think live aquarium plants are something that every aquarium needs. I keep them in every single one of my tanks, and they make your tanks 100% better. Make sure to stay around till the end, and hopefully by then, everybody who watches this will want to get plants. So the first reason why you need aquarium plants is because live aquarium plants will filter out the water and keep the ammonia and nitrate levels low. So ammonia is created from fish waste as well as leftover foods. Ammonia is converted to nitrites, which are then converted to nitrates. High levels of nitrates could lead to nitrate poisoning, which could poison your fish. So nitrate is something that always has to be controlled. Now, what does this have to do with plants? Well, live plants are really good at taking out the excess nutrients in the water, and this includes nitrates. Plants will use up the nitrates as nutrients because it allows them to grow. Fast-growing plants such as hornwort and duckweed will do a fantastic job of removing all excess nutrients. This keeps your aquarium safe and your fish healthy. The second reason why you need aquarium plants is because they create oxygen and remove CO2. Aquatic plants, just like any other plant, go through the process of photosynthesis where they take in CO2 to create energy and releases oxygen as a byproduct, which your fish use to breathe. You can even replace your air stone if you have a lot of plants. So live aquarium plants will generate lots of oxygen and it will keep the fish healthy. The oxygen released by the plants gets dissolved into the water, and it's like having your very own underwater oxygen factory. They help maintain water quality by reducing the levels of CO2, and high CO2 level concentrations can lead to imbalances in pH levels, and the imbalance could make the water quality harmful. With plants, it will stabilize your aquarium and help provide oxygen for the fish to breathe. The third reason why you need aquarium plants is because they make your tank more natural. If you only add fake plants and fake decor, it's gonna look like your tank is super artificial, and it doesn't even look like it's something you would find in nature. People keep aquariums mostly to replicate natural habitats, and if it's made super artificial, then it kind of defeats that purpose. Live aquarium plants will mimic the natural environment, which offers a sense of security for your fish, and it also encourages natural behaviors like spawning. So live aquarium plants will keep your fish tank natural just like in nature, and your fish will thank you for it. The fourth reason why you need aquarium plants is because fake plants and decor could often harm your fish. Now this is because the plastic made from the fake plants are often very sharp, or a lot of times there's these broken parts, and it's really easy for your fish to just get scraped on. I've seen a lot of people's fish get their fins ripped. This is especially true for fish that are fast swimming, such as guppies and endlers, and those fish could be really clumsy sometimes. Another example is if your fish are chasing each other, one of the fish might just try to hide and then they get hurt. So to keep your fish safe from unnecessary harm, get live plants. Real plants rarely harm your fish, but fake plants will. Moving on, the fifth reason why you need plants, and this is probably the biggest one of all these reasons, is that live aquarium plants will do a great job at getting rid of algae. As I mentioned earlier, live plants will take up a lot of the minerals and nutrients in the water column, and those minerals are often used by algae to grow. Now, by adding plants, the plants basically are a competitor to the algae, so they will take away a lot of the nutrients, so they won't let the algae grow. And this is kind of like the beauty of nature. There's always this balance that you just need to find. In this case, it's plants balancing algae. So a lot of times I just ask people, what plant do you want? Do you want the aquarium plants or do you want algae? Because they're both plants. Although adding lots of plants is the best option, you don't have to keep your tank super planted. You could just add a few plants, because adding some plants is always better than adding none. My sixth reason is that aquarium plants will replicate. Obviously, this is another awesome thing about live plants. If you grow a lot of it and if you grow it well, then you could potentially have an endless supply. It's sort of like having your own little garden that can keep growing basically forever. I know a lot of people who sell aquarium plants as their business, and they actually make tons of money out of it. I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you can propagate plants yourself, you could save money, trade with other hobbyists for other stuff, and lots of other benefits. My seventh reason is that live plants will help you out a ton in many different areas. Plants not only provide filtration, but they also serve as a food source for fish if they go very hungry. So let's say you go on vacation and you have to leave your fish tank there. If your fish are looking for food to eat for a long time, there's no food, they might nibble on live plants to get some nutrients, whereas if you have fake plants, fake decor, your fish are gonna starve to death. Another example is water changes. Live plants can help out with your water changes by reducing the nitrate levels. Fake plants will not do anything, in fact, they will only contribute to the mess. Reason number 8 is, well, live fish, live plants. If you're gonna get live fish, then please get live plants. I mean, when was the last time you went out in nature and saw live animals, but their surroundings and everything else was fake? To me, it just feels very, very unnatural, unreal, and unrealistic. How would you feel if you're living somewhere, but all the trees, all the plants, all the grass were fake? Or just imagine that the world you live in does not have any live plants. Because for a fish, the fish tank's everything that they've got, it's their world. So I think a pretty good comparison would be like, an aquarium without plants is like a world without trees. Anyways, that's just a small philosophical thing that I thought of in my head. If all these previous tips could not convince you to get plants, then I hope the next 2 will, cause if those still can't convince you, then there's nothing I could do. And now the 9th reason. When you add aquarium plants, there's endless possibilities to your aquarium. So basically, if you add fake plants, then they're just gonna remain that way forever. They're not gonna grow, they're not gonna do anything, they're just gonna sit there and then accumulate waste and dust. But with live plants, they might grow this way, they might grow that way, they might grow in different types of formations. And just like in nature, live plants provide endless opportunities for your aquarium. And that's why so many people keep planted aquariums and aquascapes. It's because there's so many opportunities, possibilities, it could go so many ways. With fake plants, you are very, very limited, and at the end of the day, it's not even real. A lot of you might say, well, what if my plants die? Then there's nothing I could create there. This also brings me to my 10th and final point. Congratulations if you made it this far. My final point is that keeping live plants can be hugely rewarding. While it can be difficult sometimes to grow live plants, just know that this is like any skill. You've got to practice, you need to do research, but with time and effort and lots of patience, you're gonna get it at the end, and trust me, I've been there before. It feels so good once you see a planted aquarium with real plants, knowing that you've reaped your rewards, your effort. Now before I end this video, I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there. I'm not discouraging you from using fake decor or fake plants. All I'm saying is that your tank should have some live plants. At least some live plants, whether it be a floating plant or a rooted plant, it really doesn't matter. As long as there's some plants in your ecosystem, your fish tank can be called an ecosystem. Speaking of that, if you're looking for some aquarium plants that don't need substrate that are super easy to keep, check out this video right here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.